This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500,000 subs by the end of the year, and it's only with your help that I'm going to be able to do it. Let's talk about the topic today. How long have we heard Donald Trump say, well, his story has changed relative to the stolen, top secret, highly sensitive classified intelligence documents that he took to Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster with him? But how many times in the course of the changing of the stories have we heard him say, well, I, as president, if I take them with me, that automatically declassified the documents? One, untrue. Unsurprisingly, it's a lie. But now we're finding out through reports that the special prosecutor, Jack Smith, with the DOJ, who's investigating both the document absconding with the documents, the unauthorized possession of highly sensitive intelligence documents, he's also investigating the attempts to overturn the 2020 election. But it's the documents case that we're talking about today. So Donald Trump claims that he can declassify. He's the president. As soon as he takes them, they're declassified. And now we know there's a report that there's audio of Donald Trump being interviewed during the course of somebody writing an autobiography of Mark Meadows, that Donald Trump is bragging about, and maybe even has with him in the room, because he's like splashing papers around, referencing things. He has highly sensitive military documents about an attack on Iran. Maybe it's just a preliminary mock-up proposal. When the military oftentimes will have all kinds of different options for a president to pull the trigger on. Scenarios. And this might be one of those. And it would be highly sensitive, highly classified. You wouldn't want this to fall into wrong hands because of it's going to give ability, it's going to give strategy, it's going to give an eye into how we operate. So it's very, very sensitive. And Donald Trump, in the course of this, indicates, I really wish I would have declassified this before, and I wish I could show you this, but it's not declassified, and it would be wrong and illegal for me to show you people here in the room. I'm going to play a brief clip from CNN kind of breaking it down as they are reporting, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Let's bring in CNN's Caitlin Polans and Paula Reed, who are bringing us the CNN exclusive reporting. Paula, set the scene for us. Where was this meeting? What was it about?
This meeting was back in the summer of 2021 at Trump's Bedminster Golf Club. And among the people in attendance were several Trump aides and two people working on an autobiography of Mark Meadows. Now, Mark Meadows was not in attendance at this meeting, but during this time, Trump was in the habit of having his aides record any conversations with journalists, writers, or people working on books. Now, sources tell us that on this tape, Trump says that he has a classified Pentagon document describing a possible attack on Iran. We're also told that you can hear paper rustling. It appears that he might be waving something around, though it's unclear if he's waving this document that he's referring to or if he's waving something else. Now, perhaps more importantly for investigators, on this recording, you can hear Trump suggest that he would like to share this information with the people he's speaking with, but he acknowledges that there are limits to his power to declassify post-presidency. And as one source told me, that is a real problem.
That's a real problem because it undercuts his entire argument.
If indeed there is, and I believe there is, an audio recording of Donald Trump acknowledging that he understands he no longer has the ability to declassify, or there are limits to his ability to declassify. He cannot declassify anymore. You are no longer the president of the United States. As soon as you're at noon on January 20th, following the election year, you're not the president of the United States anymore. And the powers of the presidency get passed to the next person. So Donald Trump does not have. They're not limited. They no longer exist. But for Donald Trump to acknowledge it means there was malice of forethought, and it does go to his intent. This was 2021. He knew. This bolsters the Department of Justice's case. Now, The question I have, the question I've continued to have, the question I've had for the better part of 2 years is what is taking so long? We are entering into the primary season of the general election for the presidential election in 2024. If Joe Biden seems he will win, but if Joe Biden does not win, there will be a Republican in office who will most assuredly scuttle this investigation. They will do everything in their power, just like they did during Donald Trump's administration, to stop justice from moving forward, to stop consequences from taking hold for Donald Trump. And who knows, with that kind of power, what other machinations Donald Trump will see fit to make a reality. It is a problem. Merrick Garland, it took forever to finally appoint a special counsel who, it's not impossible to get rid of a special counsel by a Republican, certainly. We watched Donald Trump. I mean, he could have fired Robert Mueller. It would have been an earthquake. It would have been seismic relative to politics and public opinion, some people say. We need to get moving on this, and I hope that we are but a couple months away from an indictment, a federal indictment for Donald Trump's crimes related to both this and, more importantly, I believe, the election case, the election interference case, the insurrection case against Donald Trump. We cannot just leave it to local municipal authorities like district attorneys to take care of this. Federal and state it's going to have to be in concert to buttress ourselves against the ability of a president to pardon federal crimes. And then we need the states to cover the crimes that a president cannot pardon. I would love to know what you think. Big news. This is big news. Huge news. Some of the biggest news that we've seen come out of this particular case since it began. I'd love to know what you think. You can call and leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok @Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And if you appreciate what I do and you want to help support and produce my work, like I always say, you can click the join button below, become a channel member. You can click the super thanks button below and give immediate support. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Do not forget to subscribe. Oftentimes videos are just served to you. They're on the side of the deal there, and the recommended videos in your browse features, they just show up because you watch all the time and you might not actually be subscribed. So double check. If you are subscribed, click the join button or click the bell to be notified. Make sure you have notifications turned on your phone, blah, 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 all of the YouTube stuff. I'm not very good at the YouTube stuff. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.